Well, thank you all for being here today. We have some very exciting news. It was approximately a year ago in November that we had our first press conference about this subject matter, and that is when we made the announcement that we were researching the potential of a stronger partnership. And I want to commend the committee members that were part of our exploration committee. Since November, we have done a lot of work regarding due diligence review and negotiations. And ultimately, we know we're stronger together through all of that work. And so by being stronger together, that means we're going to achieve our mission-related focus in a better way. We will provide the community a very strong experience, a very enlightening experience that can enrich their lives. We will provide our animals the best lives we possibly can. And then ultimately, we are supporting our staff to be the best organization that we possibly can together. As we look to do this, there was unanimous support from both of our board of directors to become the Sioux Falls Zoo and Aquarium Board of Directors. Our ultimate plans, which Audrey will provide more detail on, will be to consolidate on one campus. However, until then, we will be operating on our two separate campuses underneath the governing body of the Sioux Falls Zoo and Aquarium Board of Directors. And again, thank you all for being here. At that, I'd like to turn it over to Audrey, and she can talk a little bit more about what's next.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, this is a very exciting day for us. Our board of directors has approved a merger, and the Great Plains Zoo Board of Directors has approved a merger with unanimous support. So as of January 1st, 2023, we will be one organization. And over the next couple of years, we will continue to operate on our own separate campuses as we build a new aquarium and butterfly conservatory here on the zoo campus. The goal is to have that built in the next couple of years and then be consolidated on one campus. That means you'll have a regional destination here in Sioux Falls where you can come to one place and visit zoo animals, the aquarium, the butterfly conservatory. Whether it's wintertime or summertime, you'll have a full day destination for your family, for our tourists that are coming through, and for education and conservation. The impacts are so far reaching, and that is how we and our board of directors know this is definitely an opportunity to be stronger together. We have so much we're excited about. There will be much more news to share in the coming months, especially what is this going to look like. We can tell you that we know coming together, we're able to build an aquarium and a butterfly conservatory to a larger scale than we could do as the Butterfly House and Aquarium alone. And together we can really elevate this wonderful zoo campus that we have to something that we are all proud of, and people are coming from all over the Midwest to experience this in Sioux Falls. We are going to be having some larger aquarium exhibits as well beyond what we would be able to build in the Sertoma Park campus. And so we're looking at what you want to see in an aquarium, like a big shark reef exhibit that has a tunnel to walk through. So we'll have some of the larger exhibits as well as the smaller exhibits where we can feature the tiny parts of the ocean and the rainforest to be able to continue to share the butterflies, because of course we know the butterflies are a beloved part of what we do and something really special for the Sioux Falls community. We are also looking to do more with education. This partnership will allow us to build a larger education facility so that we can serve more kids, because we are both struggling now with space and running out of space and filling to capacity. So we know we'll be able to serve many more children, whether it's field trips or classes coming in for camps, scout groups. All of that is going to help us do so much more for our community. And now I'm going to welcome the mayor up to speak a little bit more.
Oh, you guys, how cool is this? I don't think we realize how incredible this is going to be for our community. It's very rare that two organizations and two boards can agree on something of this size and scale. So I first want to really thank, I know there's several board members from both entities in the room, so thank you for your work and your leadership at the Butterfly House and at the zoo. You know, this is one of our gem of locations here at the zoo. The Butterfly House is an incredible year-round opportunity for families, which we hear about continually more and more. I know Don Carney with our Parks Department is here, and we are having a lot of discussions on the future of recreation and parks in our community, and the theme that's coming up a lot is year-round. What can we do year-round? We have great fields, we have great sports complexes, but I just turned my seat heaters on the way over here, man. I mean, winter's coming, and we need more year-round activities. And so if you think about what this merger is going to do in terms of providing families outings and adventures that they can have year-round, I think is going to be incredible. The zoo alone, we attract more than 250,000 visitors every year just here. And we always, I think, have a little bit of an inferiority complex with Omaha at times and Henry Dorley, and we're always kind of comparing ourselves to that. I think this is just going to step up this place tremendously in terms of keeping some of those zoo lovers, even here in Sioux Falls, where they don't have to travel to see a world-class zoo or a world-class aquarium. They'll be able to see it right in our own backyard. So to me, that's really cool. There's going to be a lot of questions, a lot of work ahead on this. People will want to go right to the specific, what's going to happen with the Butterfly House location and what's going to happen with the executive team and the board and all this stuff. I can tell you that the city is very, very supportive of this move, and not only because it fiscally makes sense and it makes sense for our community, but there's great leaders that are leading this as well with great boards. And so a lot of times you look at that when you look at supporting an entity or an institution is who's at the helm, and they are the right people to shepherd that or not. And these two have done an incredible job in getting us to this point. So to that end, I'd actually like to present them each with a challenge coin from the city. We give out these challenge coins to people who embody the core values of our community. One of those is teamwork. And I have seen these two just work together so well in the last year and a half on this deal. And these situations are often ripe for turf wars, I guess is a way you could say it. But they are looking at the greater good of our community, and I've just been very proud to be a partner with them in this. So I just want to give you guys each a challenge coin, Becky and Audrey, and just thank you guys for your work and all you've done for this. So with that, more to come. You'll be hearing more from all of us on this in the future. But with that, I think we'll take any questions that you may have on this very, very exciting announcement for Sioux Falls.
What does this mean for getting people to the city, both to live here and to come and visit?
Great question. I often talk about a couple facilities specifically, or a couple attractions specifically, when we're talking about kids and families in our workforce. One is when people are coming to Sioux Falls that have never been here, they love our pavilion, and they love the year-round opportunities at the pavilion and for arts and culture. And the second thing is they love this zoo. It's one of the first places we often show off when we're looking at recruiting new people to come to our community. So from that standpoint, to be able to kind of pour even more gas on this zoo fire in terms of an asset for the community will be absolutely huge. So workforce is a challenge, as we all know, and people will often ask me what we're doing to attract more workers to our community, and I'll say, well, we're building a community that people want to live in, that there's stuff to do here, that they don't want to leave, and I think this is just another huge, huge step in that direction to keep and retain a strong workforce in Sioux Falls.
You said it exactly. What is the plan with the existing Butterfly House location? Are there any concepts, ideas at the moment?
Yeah, we're probably going to put a P.F. Chang's in there. Is that what the public would want to hear? We don't know. Well, we're working through that. That's a great park. Sertoma Park's a great park. GF&P and the outdoor campus has a great presence there. So it's not going to sit dormant. And so we're working through that with the partners that are already on the campus, as well as what the community would like to see in that location. So more to come on that. No announcements today on what will happen with that space. Anything to add to that?
No.
Okay.
Might be premature on this a bit, but maybe Becky, first of all, speak to the land availability here, if you've identified some options for where this could go. And then Audrey, I know you have a plan put together, you have some money raised, how close are you to being able to move forward on something, given that this is, you're looking at a decent length of construction here before any move will really be able to be made? Sure.
We are. So first addressing the land, our campus is currently at 45 acres. A lot of our land is not developed, which is fantastic. And so before I say where it will go, one thing we are working on currently with the help and support of the city is a land use master plan so that we can best identify the location that serves the community in the most proper way. Really looking at the accessibility towards the aquarium as being paramount in that decision-making process, and just ensuring that we build our zoo out appropriately to maximize that experience and the visitor flow so that we can have a very safe, wonderful experience to offer just our community as well as all of the visitors that are coming. So, do you want to speak to that?
Yes, and as far as the fundraising for the project and the cost there, we have raised $4.2 million towards the capital campaign to expand aquarium exhibits in Sioux Falls, and so those funds will be able to be applied towards this project. We have spoken with all of our donors, and they're excited to see more aquarium experiences in Sioux Falls wherever that may be. So we're very fortunate to have that support that will roll over here to this project. And we know that there are many more interested in making this a reality for Sioux Falls. So there will be a fundraising campaign that will be starting in 2023. We'll be working through those logistics once we are officially one organization, and that will help us start construction. And our plan is really to start as soon as possible. We know that operating on 2 campuses is not going to be efficient for our team, and so how can we get onto one campus as quickly as possible? Ideally, it will be in the next 2 years, so that by the end of 2025, which we know is an aggressive timeline, but it's very important for us to make this happen, we would like to be on one campus here at the zoo. You will be hearing much more about the campaign in 2023.
One thing I will say about the design we've been working on currently is, as Audrey spoke of earlier, larger exhibits. And so we are looking at a 25,000 square foot type of an aquarium. And so when you compare that to the current size that we have at the Butterfly House, that is more than 3 times the size of what we could have done there.